All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Monday, the 12th of July, 2021. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend. We've got a really powerful Monday, really good energy Monday and Tuesday coming back to self. The Cancer energy alone, we've got Mercury and the Sun in the sign of Cancer, which is this coming home feeling, taking care of home, whether that be this personal body temple or our physical surroundings, taking care of things, and cleaning up our emotional mess is part of the energy. It's part of it. It's layers. We have Mercury, which just entered the sign of Cancer, creating this beautiful septile up to Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Let me show you what that looks like. At the same time this is going on, we have Venus and the Moon conjunct, and the Moon is going to conjunct Mars. So this is happening between 7 and 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, early in the morning. We'll be feeling the energy all day, but that's the exact conjunctions. So Mercury here in Cancer, this is our understanding. This is our communication, communicating with others with compassion, communicating with ourselves with compassion, forgiveness. If we wrote everything down in our heads, on our skin, that we said about ourselves, what would that image look like? Would it still be, would we still see beauty, So it's like cleaning our emotional cobwebs of how we're responsible for our own thoughts. We're responsible for our own, we're responsible for our emotions, but our emotions, it's almost a separate part of us, but we're still responsible for how we deal with and how we communicate and how we express those emotions. And this gets us to this over here. Expression. That's the beauty of Leo. It's all this creative self-expression. And some people say, well, I'm not creative. It's like, well, everybody has their own way of doing something, whatever that may be. You could be an accountant. You could be a lawyer. That's the way that you express yourself. It's a creative way that you work in this world. So we're feeling a lot of this, okay, I'm clearing stuff out here. I'm doing me. I'm finding what makes me tick, and I'm feeling passionate and excited about myself, about my life, and about my hobbies, passions, job, work, love, romance. This Leo energy is kind of everything. I'll come back here. So this Leo energy, not only our creative self-expression. Again, this is about romance. So this is romancing oneself. This is romance with your friends, like a deep love connection with other people, and it's us coming out and celebrating this life, celebrating ourselves, and not being tucked back. A healthy existence of our own ego, a healthy relationship with our own ego. An ego that's too muted is tucked back, and people can sense and feel that energy. An ego that's too much and too big, it's like being too close to the camera or knocking over the microphone. So this is a healthy relationship with ourselves that we should be feeling right now, or we're learning to feel right now, and learning to express right now. Our own healthy relationship. So the Moon conjunct Venus is very, very passionate, excited, driven. Then the Moon's conjunct Mars, and Venus and Mars are still in a conjunction. It's going to happen. It'll be exact tomorrow at 19 degrees. Venus is playing catch up here. But these are still all within a conjunction of one another. Moon smack dab in the middle, 8 a.m. So depending where you're at in the world, you might be able to look up into the sky and still see this. If the sun's not up, wherever you are. So you'll see the Moon right in the middle between Mars and Venus, which is really cool. And being emotionally driven. And the one thing about this, and Venus is kind of helping soften, because when we have the Moon conjunct Mars, sometimes this can be like, I'm always expressing myself. I'm always expressing what I'm angry about. I'm expressing my passion. I'm expressing my rage. Where Venus brings a gentler or a more gentle approach to this. And certainly Mercury, the Sun, Cancer, and Mercury creating this responsible connection with transformative Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. We're being responsible for our emotions and how we're dealing with them. But that's not all. We have more going on. As the day continues, we have really cool connections. So as we see right there, it's just 2 hours later, or an hour later, 9 a.m., and Mars is going to get there. This is a foreshadow of what's coming this week. Mars and Venus both creating this sextile to Pluto. So this is once again learning how to tame the ego, tame the, I don't know how to say that properly. Where we're fully expressing ourselves and fully being ourselves, but knowing when and the way, the right time, it's like we have this teacher here with us. Pluto is acting as this great teacher for us during this time. And that's what the sextile is all about. And this is like this interesting control between the leadership of Leo and the leadership of Capricorn. This is big business, where this is more about myself. So it's like when self needs to learn how to adapt or to be able to play within the realms of big business. This is like you can color within the lines and you can get as creative as you want within that field, or within whatever, within certain boundaries that are set up. Then, moving forward, now we're going to get this little sextile. Oh, here we go. Now this is like where the teacher leaves the student. By 5 p.m., it's like the teacher's leaving the student, and the student says, like, okay, I've come out of my, we've been talking about going into this going into the cave with a torch. And maybe we went into this cave with a torch, and maybe we, shine our light on the shadow, shine our light on whatever information we needed to receive during this new moon and the days following here. And maybe we've met some guide, some guru, something, maybe whatever this is, figuratively speaking, of course. But this is that instruction of Pluto, or this universe guiding us. And it says, okay, I'm leading you up to this point. I'm the teacher, in a certain sense, leading you up to this point. And now I'm giving you your graduation certificate, and now you have to go. We're taking the training wheels off of the bike. And you still have to progress. Now it's up to you to just go by yourself without the aid of okay, I'm going to be right here holding your hand. I'm going to have my hand on your back. And if you fall, I'm going to be right here picking you up. And this is like, no, you can do this. You're on your own. You can do this. And the more faith and belief you have in yourself, Pluto, Jupiter, and Neptune in the sign of Pisces, certainly about faith and believing in oneself during this time. And I didn't even talk about that as well. Jupiter trine to Mercury exact today. So, this definitely believing in oneself, following your emotions, following the intuition, learning at the same time, following passions, how to tame things in a certain, and I want to say that really carefully, because it's like, I don't want anybody to feel muted or that they can't express themselves, because this energy is all about expressing yourself. And I feel like whatever it is that we're going to be experiencing, you'll know what I mean when we experience it. Yeah, there's that. And then moving on, we've got a couple more cool connections. Now the moon creates the sextile to the south node, and a sextile to Uranus, which is break through, break free. So it's like we've let go of the teacher aspect. Mars now starting to take over and make that sextile. It's like, okay, learning how to tame the lion, but still be a lion. And just know, like a lion running around in New York street wouldn't be cool. A tamed lion around in New York street, that could be kind of cool. I don't know. It's your own inner lion coming out. And we're breaking through, breaking free now. So it's like, okay, now that we've gotten off of the training wheels with this bike, we find this stamina, this energy. We broke through, found our own freedom in this. Our own, like, oh my God, what are the possibilities now? Uranus sextile to Neptune. What are the possibilities now that I can ride the bike by myself without any handlebars? I thought I couldn't do this myself. I thought I couldn't do this without mom or dad's hand. The moon's now like releasing all of this energy. Mars is releasing this energy, this sextile to transformative Pluto. And it's just like, what I thought I couldn't do now I can do, and I can do it by myself. And now that and it's just like, and now that this teacher isn't here holding my hand or the hand on my back or guiding me safely, and now that I have this freedom to go in this direction, going on our own journey, we discover new teachers that are going to teach us more, whatever that is along the path. So it's just like we're continuously, it's like letting go of one and then entering this new, being self-sufficient, knowing that we have passed the class, knowing that we have our degree, that we have to step up and start teaching, start leading with our heart, leading with our passion. That's something more we're going to talk about on Tuesday with Venus gets ahead of Mars. But this is a lot of really beautiful energy of where we're headed. So, my friends, I hope you, again, had a great weekend, a great start to this week as well. A lot of good things coming forward. So, being passionate and excited about life right now. I hope you are feeling it. We'll see you tomorrow.